Hello, and welcome to today's A2 Level podcast. Today, we have a very special and very long story. This story is about a robot, a big city, and an adventure that teaches us about kindness and courage. So, find a comfortable place, relax, and enjoy the beginning of this long A2 journey. It was a quiet morning in the city. The sun was rising slowly and the streets were still empty. People were sleeping, cars were not moving, and everything felt calm. But in one small street near the center of the city, something unusual was happening. A small robot opened its eyes. The robot's name was Rilo, and it was not a normal robot. Rilo did not work in a factory. Rilo was not made for cleaning or cooking. Rilo was created to learn about people, cities, emotions, and life. But there was one problem. Rilo did not know where it was. The robot looked around and saw tall buildings, long roads, and bright signs. It saw buses, bicycles, and people walking quickly. Everything was new. Everything was confusing. I think I am lost, Rilo said softly. But robots are not supposed to feel lost. Robots are supposed to know what to do. So, Rilo started walking slowly down the street, trying to understand this big, busy world. A helpful stranger. After a few minutes, Rilo met an old man who was reading a newspaper on a bench. His glasses were big, his hat was old, and his smile was kind. The man looked up and said, "Oh, well, hello there. What are you?" Rilo answered, "I am Rilo. I think I am lost. Do you know where I belong?" The old man laughed softly. "My friend, many people in this city feel lost. Don't worry, you will find your place." Rilo sat next to the man. "What is this place called?" the robot asked. "This city is called Lumina City. It is full of lights, noise, people, dreams, and problems. If you want to understand this city, you must walk, listen, talk, and learn." Rilo saved the information in its memory. Lumina City. A place full of everything. The old man continued. "If you want to know who you are, maybe you should meet different people. Everyone has a story. Everyone can teach you something." This idea made Rilo feel something new. Excitement, curiosity, hope. Robots are not supposed to feel emotions, but Rilo felt something. "Thank you," Rilo said. "I will explore the city. I will learn." The old man smiled again and waved goodbye. And so, Rilo's long adventure began. Unexpected problems. As Rilo walked deeper into Lumina City, the streets became louder and busier. Cars honked, people shouted, music played from shops, and lights flashed everywhere. Rilo tried to understand everything at the same time, and it became too much. "My processors feel slow," the robot whispered. Then, suddenly, something even worse happened. A group of children ran past Rilo and accidentally hit its arm. Clang! The robot's arm fell off. The robot looked down at the metal arm on the ground and said, "Oh, no. This is not good. This is very, very bad." People around Rilo laughed, pointed, or ignored it. No one stopped to help. For the first time, Rilo felt something heavy inside, something like sadness. Maybe I cannot live in this city, Rilo thought. Maybe I am too weak. But then, a small voice said, "Hey, are you okay?" Rilo turned and saw a girl with a backpack and headphones. She looked about 12 years old. Her name, as Rilo soon learned, was Mina. She picked up the robot's arm and said, "I can help you. I like fixing things." Rilo felt hope again. And that moment was the beginning of a new friendship, a friendship that would change Rilo, the city, and maybe even the world. Mina held Rilo's broken arm carefully, as if it were something very important. People were still walking by, cars were still loud, and the city felt big and chaotic. But for Rilo, the world suddenly felt a little safer. "Come with me," Mina said with a smile. "I know a small workshop near my house. My uncle fixes old radios and computers. He can fix you too." Rilo looked at the girl. "You want to help me?" "Of course," she answered. "You look like you need a friend." Rilo felt something warm inside its system. It was not electricity. It was something different, something like comfort. A small workshop in a big city. They walked for almost 20 minutes. Rilo looked around while Mina talked about her school, her favorite music, her cat, and how she liked building small robots from broken toys. The workshop was small, old, and full of metal parts. There were wires hanging from the ceiling, tools everywhere, and the smell of oil in the air. Mina's uncle, Mr. Darren, was sitting at a desk fixing a radio. "Mina, what did you bring this time?" he asked without looking up. "A robot," she said proudly, "and this one is special." Mr. Darren finally looked at Rilo and raised an eyebrow. Well, this is not a toy. This is advanced technology. Where did you find it?" "In the street," Mina said softly, "and it needs help." Rilo stepped forward. "I am Rilo. I am learning, and I am broken." Mr. Darren sighed, but smiled kindly. "All right, let's fix you up." A robot's first friend. For the next hour, Mr. Darren examined Rilo's arm, cleaned it, adjusted the wires, and connected it back to the robot's body. Mina watched closely, asking questions, giving tools, and sometimes talking to Rilo to keep it calm. Finally, Mr. Darren said, "Okay, try moving your arm." Rilo slowly lifted its repaired arm. It worked. "It works. It works," Rilo said, surprised and happy. Mina clapped her hands. "See? I told you we could fix it." Rilo looked at Mina and said, "You helped me. Why?" Mina shrugged. "Because everyone needs help sometimes, even robots." Rilo saved this sentence in its memory. Everyone needs help sometimes. Learning about humans. Mina brought Rilo outside and they sat on a bench near the workshop. Rilo asked, Mina, why were the people in the city not kind? They laughed at me. Mina looked at the ground. People in this city are busy. Sometimes they forget to be kind. Sometimes they think their problems are more important. And sometimes people are just scared of things they don't understand. Rilo thought for a moment. I want to understand humans. I want to learn emotions, but it is difficult. Mina smiled. I can teach you. We can explore the city together. I can show you parks, museums, food markets, playgrounds, and people. Lots of different people. Rilo felt something again. Something like excitement. I want that, Rilo said. I want to learn everything. But trouble was coming. While they talked, a dark gray van parked across the street. The side of the van had a logo. Mina carefully attached Rilo's arm back to its body. She tightened the screws, checked the wires, and wiped the dust from the metal. There, she said proudly, you're good as new. Rilo moved its fingers slowly, surprised they worked again. You fixed me, Rilo said softly. Yes, Mina replied with a smile. I like helping things that look lost. That sentence stayed in Rilo's memory. Helping things that look lost. Maybe that was what Rilo needed. Guidance. Can you teach me about this city? Rilo asked. Mina nodded immediately. Of course. Luminous City is big, really big. We can explore it together. And so their long adventure continued. The busy market. Mina took Rilo to one of the busiest places in the city, the Central Market. The moment they arrived, Rilo's sensors were overwhelmed. People shouting prices, children laughing, street musicians playing, vendors cooking food, bright colors everywhere. It was chaos, but also beautiful. Mina said, This place is loud, but it's full of life. Watch closely. They walked between the stalls. A fruit seller shouted, Fresh apples, sweet oranges. A baker said, Warm bread, just baked. A man selling toys waved little robots in the air. Rilo looked at the toy robots and whispered, Are they like me? Mina shook her head. No, they don't think or feel like you do. You're different. Different. That word made Rilo think. Was different good or bad? Rilo didn't know yet. Learning about people. As they walked, Rilo noticed something. Some people looked happy, smiling and carrying bags of food. Some looked tired, walking slowly with heavy shoulders. Some seemed angry or stressed. Some laughed. Some cried. So many emotions, Rilo said. Yes, Mina replied. People feel a lot. Sometimes too much. Rilo asked, Do people always know what they are feeling? Mina laughed softly. No, most people don't even understand themselves. This confused Rilo. Humans felt emotions but didn't always understand them. Rilo felt something strange about that, something like sympathy. Mina continued, "You don't have to understand everything today. Just watch, just listen." And so Rilo did. For the first time, the robot realized that every person in the market had a story. A mother buying food for her family, a student rushing to school, a man selling flowers to earn money, a lonely old woman feeding birds, a delivery worker riding a fast bicycle. Humans were all moving, working, hoping, trying. Rilo whispered, "Maybe everyone is searching for something." Mina nodded. "Exactly. Everyone is trying to find their place. Just like you." A scary moment. After an hour in the market, something unexpected happened. A loud alarm suddenly echoed through the street. "Thief! Stop him!" someone shouted. A man ran through the crowd, holding a stolen wallet. People moved away quickly. Some shouted. Some hid. Some froze and didn't know what to do. Rilo stood still, unsure. Mina stepped back in fear. The thief ran closer and closer, straight toward them. Rilo, acting on instinct, moved forward and stretched out its metal arm. Clang! The thief hit Rilo and fell to the ground. People gasped. Some clapped. Some rushed to help the police officer who came running. The thief was caught. A woman approached Rilo with tears in her eyes. "That was my wallet," she said. "Thank you. Thank you so much." Rilo didn't understand the feeling growing inside its chest. Mina said softly, "You were brave." Brave? Robots weren't supposed to be brave. But in that moment, Rilo felt something warm and powerful. Maybe bravery was not only for humans. Becoming a hero. Accidentally. By the time the situation calmed down, a small crowd had formed around Rilo. "Did you see what that robot did? It stopped the thief. That robot is amazing." People pointed, people smiled, people wanted pictures. Rilo felt overwhelmed. So many eyes, so many voices, so much attention. I don't know what to do," Rilo whispered. Mina touched Rilo's arm gently. "Don't worry, you did something good. You helped someone. That matters." Rilo saved her words again. "You did something good." It was strange, but the robot felt proud. A small, soft pride, like a new light turning on inside. A walk to the river. After the crowd disappeared, Mina said, "Let's go somewhere quiet. The river is peaceful." They walked through streets filled with murals and street art. Rilo looked at every painting, colors swirling together, shapes that made no sense, but also felt meaningful. "Humans make art to show their feelings," Mina explained. Rilo asked, "Do robots make art?" Mina smiled. "You can, if you want to." That sentence felt important. When they reached the river, the water sparkled under the sun. Birds flew low, touching the surface with their wings. It was calm,
beautiful, silent. Rilo liked this feeling. Mina sat on the grass. Rilo sat beside her. After a long moment, Rilo asked, Mina, why are you helping me? Mina looked at the water and said, because you looked lost, and I know how that feels. Her voice became quiet, almost sad. Rilo turned its head. You were lost too? Mina nodded slowly. A long story. Rilo said, I want to hear it. I want to learn. Mina took a deep breath. And that was the moment Rilo realized humans have secrets, fears, dreams, and stories waiting to be told. Their adventure was only beginning.